In this tutorial, you learn about algebra. Learning algebra is like learning a new language. When you start learning a new language, you start with the alphabets. Hence, we need to start with some basics of algebra. Some basic terms of algebra are pronumerals, algebraic expressions, constants and variables, coefficients, and terms. We need to understand these 5 definitions to understand what algebra is. First of all, let's see what pronumerals are. Of course, you've seen something like this before. Here the box represents a missing number. In algebra, instead of using the box, we use a letter. For example, letter A. In this example, the letter A represents the number 2. So A is a pronumeral. Once again, a pronumeral is a letter that represents a numeral. Let's have a look at what an algebraic expression is. An algebraic expression will have letters and numbers. For example, 3y and 4x and 5. These are different terms. And these terms are separated by the plus and the minus sign. So this becomes an algebraic expression. So an algebraic expression is a group of numbers and pronumerals separated by the plus and the minus sign. What are constants and variables? A constant is something that doesn't change. So constants are quantities that does not change or vary. For example, 7. We can't say 7 has a value of 8 or anything else. 7 will always have a value of 7 itself. It cannot vary. A number is a constant. In this particular example, 2 is a constant because we can't change its value to something else. 2 will always remain 2. Variables, on the other hand, mean something that can vary or change. So variables are quantities that can have different values. For example, x plus 3. Let's say, first of all, we say x has a value of 2. Then 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. But then let's change the value of x to 15 because we can. What happens then? And the entire value of that expression changes to 18. So x is a variable. Its value can be changed. Coefficients. Coefficients are number in front of letters. Let's have a look at some of the coefficients in these examples. The coefficient of x squared is 4. It is the number in front of x squared. The coefficient of y is 5. The coefficient of the term xy is 12. Finally, let's have a look at terms. Terms are simply the different parts of an expression that are separated by the plus and the minus sign. In this example, we've got 4 terms: 4x squared, 5y, 12xy, and 5. They are all separated by the plus and the minus sign. This is the end of the tutorial.